Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be running through a review of these Ottemax quilting clips. So if you've not already seen, I did a full review of about 6 different sewing clips. I'll leave the link in the description below. Make sure you give this video a like and we'll just get started, shall we? So first thing to note about the Ottemax sewing clips is that they're not actually clips in the general form like you've seen before. These are almost like slides. I'll get one out and give you can see. So before we have a closer look at the clip itself, I just wanted to show you a bit more of the packaging. As you can see, it is just a cardboard box, and then it comes with a reel of the clips sliding in there. So that's a great way if you want to keep them organised like that. But honestly, I think once you've taken them out of the packaging, you could probably just put them in some sort of box or a tub or a jar of something, just for ease of use. So as you might have already known, I've been using these products to give them a good test to make sure that I'm giving them the best review possible. So when I first opened these, I noticed that the edges were quite sharp. So these are actually metal clips. I'll put some close-up images for you anyway. So the metal around the edge isn't quite smooth. I noticed that it seems a bit sharp in places, it seems a bit rough. Something that I was quite concerned about, because if you're trying to use these on any type of fabric, then they are likely to give it, you know, a pull, catch a thread, even maybe tear it if it's a fine fabric. So that's my one downside so far on the clip. So one of the good things about these clips is the fact that they have stitch markers along the top. You will notice that there is a 1 inch, 2 inch and 3 inch markers, along with 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch markers in between. So if you are into quilting and patchwork and you're looking to have something to use as a guide, these are really good in that sense. I'd maybe just see if you could try and find a higher quality brand, or maybe it was just my pack that I got that was a bit rough on the edges. Another thing to note is that the clip itself can open up quite wide. Originally I measured it about 1.5, but I think you could easily say it's a 2 centimetre. I don't know if you'll be able to see. They open up quite wide. There'll be so much that they'll be able to give. Just because they're metal and they've kind of got a bit of a loose spring to them. In terms of using these for general sewing, I wouldn't buy them. They're not useful in that sense. They won't hold any seams together. They might slide around and cause your fabric to, you know, ripple, fold, and it's just not worth it in that sense. Though if you do plan to do any quilting and patchwork, these are a handy guide to use. Especially if you're just getting into it and you're still unsure about how wide things should be, if you're not quite sure on your seams, or trying to make sure that everything is nice and even. So these come in a pack of 15 and I paid $5.99 for these. I found them on Amazon originally. Another thing to know on these quilting clips is the markers on the top aren't always that clear. The markers are engraved and not kind of drawn on, which is great, because after a lot of use the engrave will still be there, whereas if they were drawn on, they would have actually disappeared. That being said, I would have liked to have seen the engraving a little deeper and more defined, just so then it is a little easier to see. I found myself kind of squinting and trying to kind of gauge, or having to look really close just to be able to see what I'm looking at. So overall, I'd give these about a 2, maybe 3 out of 5 stars. I'd give them a 2 if you're thinking of using them for general sewing. I wouldn't bother, I'd probably give it a 1 star in that case. But if you're looking to use these for quilting and patchwork, then I'd give them a 3 out of 5. The usefulness of the stitch markers is great, but unfortunately the quality lets them down. Thank you for joining me on this video. Hope you've enjoyed this and hope it's managed to give you a bit more insight about different sewing clips and whether the Ottemax sewing clips are right for you. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.